Hi everyone, Tridib here from TGT and welcome to another video. Last week Apple released iOS 15.3.1 to the public. This is available to all the supported iPhones and iPods around the world now. So if you have an iPhone 6s to all the way up to the latest iPhone 13 Pro Max, this update is available for you now. Talking about the update size, I actually downgraded from iOS 15.4 Beta 2 to iOS 15.3.1 in this iPhone XR. I downloaded the signed iPadOS file from the web, then connected this phone to Mac and then restored back to iOS 15.3.1. You can only do that via a computer and not over the air. The iPadOS file size of iOS 15.3.1 was around 7 gigabytes. But for this iPhone 6s, the update size was fairly small, just 145 megabytes. I was on iOS 15.3 previously in this device. Along with that, Apple also released iPadOS 15.3.1, which I am running in this iPad Air 4th generation, watchOS 8.4.2, which I am running in this Apple Watch Series 5, and macOS Monterey 12.2.1, which I have in my late 2017 MacBook Air. To check for this update, go to Settings, then General, then Software Update, and you should see the update available here. But if you are on iOS 15.4 Beta 2 already, then you will not see this update. You have to follow the steps which I mentioned previously for this iPhone XR. Let's go and check the build number. As you can see, the new build number for this update is 19D52. If you are updating from iOS 15.3, then there is no new modem firmware update in this version, so network and connectivity should remain same. But connectivity wise, iOS 15.3 was very good. 5G network switching issues were gone for almost all the devices. 4G LTE connection is much more stable and call connectivity is seamless now. Also, dual SIM standby works perfectly without any issue. And I haven't faced a single call drop after updating to iOS 15.3.1. There is no issue in Wi-Fi connectivity in any of these devices. Bluetooth and AirDrop also working properly after this update in all of these devices. Now let's talk about the changes in iOS 15.3.1. Every time Apple releases a 0.1 update after a bigger version change, that is 15.3.1 after 15.3, that means there were some major bugs or security flaw on the previous release. And the first thing which Apple mentioned is related to accessibility. If you go to the accessibility and then to braille display, and if you use a third-party braille display, previously that wasn't working properly. It was having some issues. Apple had solved that issue in this update. So if you are visually impaired or if you use third-party braille display anyway, that should work properly for your device now. iOS 15.3 had some issues related to pink display. There were so many reports of iPhone displays turning pink and then fully shuts off while using iOS 15.3. They didn't patch that on iOS 15.4 Beta 2 either. They didn't mention anything about that in this update as well. So maybe the issue is still there or maybe they have solved that. Another issue that is going on for long now is the storage bug, where if you go to Settings, then General and then iPhone Storage, it will take a lot of time to load. Also, this system data shows 0 KB for some users. None of the iPhones I use have this bug though. It was solved for this iPhone XR on iOS 15.3, but some of you were still facing the issue after updating to iOS 15.3 as well. Maybe this version will solve that for you. Though Apple didn't mention anything about the bug in the Apple Music app, which was causing major CPU usage and battery drainage for some users while streaming music online. It was there on iOS 15.3, maybe they have fixed that in this version. Also, there is an update related to AirTag. If you are an AirTag user, then Apple has a press release for you. This is an article published in Apple Newsroom. It actually addresses about the possible misuse of this tracking device. They have talked about working with law enforcement. It also says advancements are coming to AirTag and for the Find My network, new privacy warning during AirTag setup, and many more. I'll link this article in the description box below if you want to read it in details. iOS 15.3.1 also contains security update as well. If you go to the Apple Security Update website, you can see it has a WebKit fix. It says processing maliciously crafted web content may lead to arbitrary code execution. Apple is aware of a report that this issue may have been actively exploited. A use after free issue was addressed with improved memory management. So it patches a security flaw which was causing data leakage on your iPhone. Apart from that, there is nothing much to talk about. This is a fairly small update and contains zero new feature. Performance-wise, iOS 15.3.1 is good enough for almost all the devices. In fact, according to me, iOS 15.3 was the best iOS 15 version yet related to standby and battery. It was very good for older devices as well, so this update should continue that performance as well. The battery life seems to be good so far in this device, but I think iOS 15.3 battery life was better. With iOS 15, I get around 6 hours of screen on time in this iPhone XR. Let's check the battery health. It's 86% after almost 3.5 years of usage. No network connectivity or heating issue in this device. AirDrop now works seamlessly across all the Apple devices as well. And if you are interested, here is the Geekbench 5 scores for this iPhone XR. It's 1116 for single core and 2156 for multi-core. I have also updated my iPhone 6s in this version. iPhone 6s is reaching the end of its life now and it might not get iOS 16. This update doesn't change anything in terms of performance, but it runs smooth enough after all these years. No lockups or anything like that, but it hits up pretty easily and battery life is below average. Here are the benchmark scores for this device: 513 single core and 890 multi-core. Also, I am running iPadOS 15.3.1 in this iPad Air 4th generation. All the updates and patches that I mentioned previously are applicable for this device as well. Within the codes in iPadOS 15.3, there was actually Apple Pencil firmware version number within the Apple Pencil settings, but we are yet to see that version number in iOS 15.3.1 as well. So nothing changed there. This iPad runs smooth enough after this update. Multitasking and widgets are performing well. The battery life I get out of this device is absolutely fantastic and this update should keep that going. I use this mainly for media consumption and it's a great device for that. So if you are running iOS 15.3 already, then I think you should definitely update to this version. This update may not have any new feature, but overall it will provide better stability and security to your device. Also, as I mentioned before, Apple has already released iOS 15.4 Developer Beta 2. It has a lot of new features and new emojis. So we are looking forward to that version as well. Do share if iOS 15.3.1 solved or created any issue for your device. If you have liked the video, do hit the like button and please don't forget to subscribe to TGT. I'll see you in my next one. Peace.